Yahoo News, 5th of March 2023, some reasons experts believe Russia and China's efforts to de-dollarize international marketplaces are ineffective. Experts say that despite the countries cozying up to China to question the US dollar with an alternative reserve currency, Russia's efforts to challenge the dollar's dominance are unlikely to succeed. Russia has vowed to de-dollarize its economy after coming under Western sanctions for its invasion of Ukraine. Steps include avoiding currencies from unfriendly nations and preparing to establish a new reserve currency with China to challenge the dollar's dominance of international commerce. Moscow declared last year that it would collaborate with the other BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, to create a different reserve currency. However, experts claim that attempts to unseat the dollar from its dominant position on global markets are fruitless and that neither the ruble of Russia nor any initiatives to promote a new reserve currency with China will pose a severe threat. According to Boston University analyst Jay Zagorski, one of Russia's main issues is that the country's economy is inextricably linked to the dollar due to its oil trade. One of Moscow's significant sources of income is crude oil, and US dollars are frequently used in transactions. Zagorski doubts there will be much demand for Russia's intentions to create a reserve currency with China and other countries. Joint reserve currency initiatives in the past, like the current plans between Brazil and Argentina, have frequently fallen short, particularly when partner countries have unequal economic standing. Russia's economy is vulnerable, and they are subject to many sanctions. According to Bob Stark, the head of the market strategy at Kyriba, they are experiencing extreme fiscal difficulty. Would Russia adore to see the US currency collapse? Sure, but that isn't the topic of discussion. The yuan is increasing, but there are still challenges because it is highly managed, and more than 5 times as many pieces of paper are being printed in China. China is the major player in all of this, as it has formed several alliances with other nations to increase the visibility of its yuan on the international scene. Simply put, Russia's participation in those initiatives was a means of survival as its economy and commerce were being disrupted by Western sanctions. Russia's attempt to overthrow the dollar's hegemony is less of an issue than China's emergence as a global superpower in terms of economic power. According to Stark, it's part of a broader China strategy. He cited the Dr. Doom economist Nouriel Roubini's warnings that a bipolar currency system could develop over the following 10 years, in which the yuan will compete with the dollar in international commerce. Though Stark believes a yuan versus dollar regime is conceivable, he added that this situation is improbable. According to data from the Federal Reserve, the dollar has accounted for 96% of global trade in recent decades. It takes time for a currency to gain confidence and become widely used in business. In contrast, only 2% of international commerce in the first half of 2022 was conducted in yuan. Due to China's capital controls on its currency, which include a ceiling on the amount of yuan that can be exported, Zagorski rejected the idea that the yuan would ever replace the dollar. That makes the yuan less liquid than currencies like the US dollar and less desirable if those regulations are in force. When they are concerned that their money will become trapped inside a nation and they won't be able to transfer it out, foreign investors and traders do not want to use a currency, he continued. According to a Carnegie Endowment for International Peace report, the yuan is not dangerous to the dollar because its internationalization necessitates dollar reserves to maintain its stability. Paul Krugman, a Nobel Prize-winning economist, added that even if the US dollar did lose its hegemonic status, it wouldn't be earth-shattering for the US economy.